everybody, and happy Valentine's Day to you, or hopefully this is Valentine's Day when this is going up, but it may be after Valentine's. So if it's after Valentine's, then happy the day after Valentine's Day. I don't know when I'm going to get this up, but I hope I'll get this up on Valentine's Day. But if you do, have a wonderful Valentine's. Hope your Valentine's Day was great. All the good stuff. So anyway, welcome to my channel. Hi, my name is Gabe, and this is GabeLuvsMakeup, and I'm a fixture makeup artist, and I've been in the industry for 25 plus years, and I am still in retail. I help customers just like you with skincare, makeup, and fragrance every single day. And today we are, diving into the beautiful and fabulous Kim Kardashian Skin by Kim. The palette, I have the eyeshadow palette right here. It's an all matte palette. And we also have one of the lip liners. I wasn't able to get one of the lipsticks that I wanted. The color was not available. I've got a lot to say about some of the things, which we'll get into when we're playing with this palette. But anyway, if you guys are interested in the Skin by Kim, or just curious, or you have some questions or whatever, then today is what a better day than talk about Kim is on a day of love and happiness. So anyway, if you want to, then stick around and let's get into it. Okay guys, so I have foundation on. I did a little makeup review previously, which will probably be up after this video. You guys can catch that a little bit later. We have brows on, a little mascara. I did do a little tight line. I haven't done any eyeshadow base, what I'm getting ready to do yet. And a little lip glow of Dior on, but this is not the color we're gonna go with at the end. I just have it on right now for just hydration. But this is what the palette looks like. The palette sells for 50 bucks. So this is just a box. On the back of it, it just has the numbers. It's just numbered like 1 through 12. There's no actual name to the actual palette. But this is what the palette kind of looks like. It's kind of like it's a cardboard, kind of a little bit more of like a suede kind of feel. It is very small compared to some of my other palettes. It's very, very small. So it's just a very, like you can see it, my hand almost holds it. So it's not a very big palette. There is 12 eyeshadows in it, of course, and they're all matte. And this is what they look like. So they all look like that. It's a very, very, very basic palette. A lot of people are comparing it to the Makeup by Maria palette. I do not have that palette, so I cannot compare it. But I've heard, that his palette is a little bit more totally different. But it does have some similar colors and tones in it. This one seems to has a little bit more, his has a little bit more cooler tones in it. This one seems to be a little bit more warmer, friendly, and as well as the lip liner. And I got the lip liner in the shade 12. And this is what the box looks like on the outside of it. It's the same kind of feel. It's that cardboard. It's got the Skin by Kim on the front of it. And then this is what the lip liner looks like. So we got some things to talk about first, before I jump right into swatch, or, I tell you what, while I'm doing the swatches, let's talk real quick. So I'm going to do a little bit here on the back of my hand. So when I got the palette, when I got it in the mail, the postage didn't take long. So I was really shocked that it didn't take that long to get the postage on, to get it. I thought that it would take a lot longer. It really only took probably about 7 days to get it. So it really wasn't too bad. So as far as the shipping goes, or getting it, it did not take a long time to get it. It really didn't. I was really shocked by that. But I will say, when it arrived, I should have took a picture of it, but the box was destroyed. I mean, it came in a very, it seemed like a very kind of a cheap box. It was really cheap. The stuffing that came in, it was like just shredded gray stuff. There was no anything beautiful about the box. The box didn't have anything like Skin by Kim or in a beautiful color or anything like that. It was just in a regular plain old cardboard box. I was just really disappointed with that, to be honest with you. I was just so shocked. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe how horrible this is, and the box was just crushed up. So I was like, oh my God, the shadow is going to be destroyed. So when I opened up the box and I pulled up the shadow, thank goodness the shadows were not destroyed or nothing in it. But that was it. It was just a shredded paper and that, and it was just thrown in the box, and that was it. So, I mean, for Kim to be wanting this to be, or she's wanting to try to be a little bit more luxury, which it seems like she does. Now that's just my personal 2 cents. It looks like she wants to be, especially with her packaging and everything. It was very disappointing. I was just very disappointed with it. And then, so the other thing that I was also disappointed with, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get some of these pictures off, because it's is the sample. So you get a choice of 2 samples when you order. So I picked up 2 of the skincare products because I've always wanted to try the skincare. I picked up a hyaluronic acid and I picked up the face cream. This is the sample. That's it. It's just a flabby little, and when I tell you there was barely, not even a dime worth of product in this to try it. I was so disappointed. I was like, are you kidding me, Kim? I mean, could you not even give like a little mini deluxe sample, enough to try of the product? I mean, the cream, what I could feel of it, I couldn't even put it on my face, so I didn't get to try it on my face. It wasn't enough to get on my face. I could barely try it a little bit on the back of my hand. I was able to try a little bit of the hyaluronic acid. It was a little bit less than in it for me to try it. They're both very basic. There's nothing about it that was extraordinary. There was nothing about it that felt amazing. It was just a very, very basic serum and a very basic cream. So if you were ever interested in the Skkn by Kim, the actual skincare, nothing impressive there. If she maybe would have had more product in it and I could actually tried it, we might have been able to really talk about that. So I can finally throw this one away because it was just like a waste. I was just kind of like, why even bother with samples if you're not going to really give enough to actually try of the sample? So that's just my 2 cents on that. So a little bit. So now back to the palette. So this is the swatches of the palette. So this is what we're looking like. So you can see starting here, going all the way down the palette. It's a very basic matte brown palette. It is very warm, as you can see. This in the middle is a little bit of a cooler color, and this one here possibly a little bit more of a cooler brown, but most of it is more warm. So if you're not a warm person and you don't really like warm initial eye tones, you probably will not like this palette at all. But they swatch good. They swatch really good. You can see the pigment. I barely just stuck my finger in them. The pigment is not bad at all. The pigment's really good so far. Really impressed with the pigment. So anyway, so let me get off of here. Let's get into this shadow look. Let me take this off the back of my hand, put some primer on, and we'll be right back. My little Be Mine Valentine. You guys are my Valentine. You're my little Valentines. I love you so much. You're so fabulous. Every day you're my Valentine, not just one time a year, but every day, all day. I mean, a little bit of a little Valentine, a little red, a little pink. A little Valentine nail. It was quick. Trust me, it's not the most prettiest, but it was something quick to throw on. So anyway, now that I've got a little primer on, I did a little bit of my Sigma. This is the Sigma eyeshadow base primer. I love this primer. It's really good. It's actually becoming a really fast favorite. I'm really, really enjoying it. Been a little bit messing with my coffee cup a minute ago. Today, guys, it has just been, let me tell you, when I tell you, it has just been a crazy day. I've cleaned the house already. It's been, I got up this morning, I already did my workout. I walked 3 miles. I mean, I took a shower, got ready, eat break. I mean, it's been like, I've been like nonstop like this, trying to get moving, trying to get moving on. Let's start off a little bit with a Sigma, or not a Sigma, I'm sorry, my Refer brushes, because I like to use my Refer brushes when I use some of these palettes. The pigment in it is really good. I don't think we're going to have to go really hard with the pigment, but so we're going to do this bone shade in a little bit, but I think I want to start off with one of these in between shades. Let's start off with this one first. Let's just start off to get a little bit of a base. So there's a lot of kickback in it, which means that there's a lot of pigment in the product. So in this one, we're starting off with is going to be a little bit more of a actual brown, or it's kind of that yellowish kind of a look to it, but that's really pretty. I mean, I'm not mad at that. I think what I'm going to do is I'll do one eye here, and then we'll do the other eye off camera. So that way it'll make it just a little bit faster, because I'm hoping not to make this too big. I don't know what we're going to do with this, guys. I have no idea. I'm just going to go with it and kind of play with it and see. So now that we did that one, let's use this one here. Let's try, this one was a little bit of a really pretty cool, this is a really pretty color. I'm trying to think more of the browns. So I'm trying to think, instead of doing that one color that was a little cooler, I'm going to try to stick with just doing it more neutral-ish. And you know, I'm not normally a neutral kind of a person. You guys know I love me some color, and I love doing color, but it is nice to do a neutral eye every once in a while. They're blending great, guys. I mean, they're really, I mean, it's really great. I mean, the outside packaging looks cheap, and it looks really cheap, and it feels kind of cheap. It doesn't even feel like anything really holding it. But as far as the product goes, it's really pretty. I mean, I got to give her, the pigment is there, and it's no fallout, no nothing. I mean, it's just doing a good job. It's just going on really smooth, really nice. So we're saying that, and we're going to go into this other one, this next one. So I think this one is number 6. We're going to go to number 6. Tap a little bit in her and just keep building up this crease a little bit more. Just keep tapping and tapping away. Because I think what I'm going to do is do a cut crease. And we're going to do that bone shade all over the lid once we get it built up. But I'm going to do this first, and then we'll go back and we'll see what it kind of turns out to be. Oh, that's pretty. That's really pretty. Oh, have you guys ever had one of those where you've just been like non-stop all day and you just not stopped at all? That has been me all day today. I've just not stopped all day. That is really beautiful. I have to say, that is a really pretty, that's a pretty, just looking like that. That looks really, really nice. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay. Let me build it up just a little bit more before I stop and then go into it. Let's go down here to the bottom here. Let's tap a little bit in here. And you see I'm not really changed my brush either. I haven't really tapped, I'm not really changed my brush at all, because the shadows are transitioning very well together. Like, you just don't really have to do a lot of, you know, switching brushes unless you just want to. But that's really pretty. That is a really beautiful, that's a beautiful neutral tone eye. Super neutral, and we've already done like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shadows already. And look how beautiful it just blended effortlessly. Okay, Kim. All right. I'm a little impressed. The price doesn't impress me, but I'm a little impressed. So I'm going to take a little bit more of my Sigma. Let me go back a little bit my Sigma, and we're just going to, I'm going to cut this just a little bit more here and just do a little bit of a cut crease. That's beautiful. That's really pretty. So, okay, so now let me take a little bit of, let me get a pack. I want to try it with a little bit of a packing brush and see how it does with a little bit more of just something that's a little bit more intense. So I'm going to take my Refer brush. This one is the number 21. And we're going to go into the lighter shade here, the bone shade up here at the top. And I'm going to use that one because they're very creamy like. So I wanted to see what this would look like over top of a primer that would just, because the primer is matte. So with a matte primer, it's not a dewy primer or one that, you know, has any tack or any, or not tack, but just, now that one just kind of like, that one fell out just a little bit. But this is beautiful. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. That's really pretty. Oh, nice. Look how beautiful that is. It just really pops your eye really nicely. Wow. Okay. It's going really smooth over it. And it just did a really good job of making it pop out there and making it look really clean, which is what I wanted. That looks really beautiful. Okay, so now that we've kind of done a little bit of that and that, so let's test one of these. So they've got like, she's got like a dark brown and a black. And I think, you know what, I think I'm going to do a little bit of the dark brown one. And let's take a little bit of this is an old Sigma brush. This is the E68 brush. Let me wet it and let's just see what happened when we use it as a liner. I have a new mirror, by the way, Betty Boop. I got my Betty Boop mirror. Isn't she cute? She's so adorable. She's so cute. This is off the Glamlight website. I got it when they did their collection. I told you guys, if you had not watched my Will I Buy It? Am I gonna pass or yes? That I was thinking about getting one, and I did. I picked one up, and it's so cute because the collection came out. Then now I've got my brush on here. I'm gonna take it. Ooh, it looks like it's gonna. I wet it just a little bit. I wet it just a tad, and I'm gonna go over here and just add a little bit behind my lash line, and just see what happens. I kind of just don't want to do it more of a wing. I just want to just smudge it out there a little bit. Ooh, that's pretty. Look how pretty that is, guys. That's beautiful. Turned out really pretty as a liner. Wow. I like using it as a liner. That's pretty. Now, I did do a little bit of a top line with a, I don't have any concealer on, by the way, either, so I haven't done any of that yet either. But I did do a little bit of top line. I did a little bit of my JACLYN, because I love these, but she's gone out of business. I think there's a little bit left on Ulta, but I'm not sure. But it's the black brown, but I just love it, and I've got a couple of her liners that I just really love. I've got rid of a lot of her stuff. I give it away, but there's some stuff that I just still love by her. So unfortunately I can't, but this is what I've got up underneath. And I did a little bit of the Maybelline, the Lash Sensational, the base, it's like it's kind of like a primer or something that you put up underneath it, but that's what I've got on so far. So now let me go back into that brown. I'm going to tap that brown and the brown beside of it. So the dark brown and the one beside of it. So I think it's like shade 10 and 11 I'm mixing together. And I'm going to take that and kind of just add to that up underneath. Ooh, that's pretty. Now, again, I know that I've got, I haven't cleaned up or done any concealer yet. But that's beautiful. Wow, look how pretty that is. And when we do a lash, because we have to do a lash at the Kim, it's a Kim palette, we have to do a lash. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful, beautiful look. Let me take just a little bit more of a fluffy brush. I'm gonna take, this is a Refer 15. I think I wanna just deepen up this crease just a tad. So let's go into the shade number 9. And she's another darker brown, but I'm going to tap off a little bit of the excess and just give number 9 a little bit more right here, just to give her a little bit more depth. Right there. Ooh, that's beautiful. Ooh, that's so pretty. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's really beautiful. Let me go back and add my flat brush and go back into that cream shade that we did. And I'm just going to tap a little bit of that cream shade right underneath my brow. And a little bit right there just to kind of keep it matte. And just kind of blend in that there. Take a little bit more. Let me just, a little bit more right here. Just to blend that in a little bit more there. Just to give it a little bit more depth down there. Ooh, to make it just more slanted, which is what I want. And hopefully we can do this with the, because sometimes when you do that, you're like, oh God, I can't make them look alike. Hopefully we can kind of make them look alike. That is really beautiful, guys. I barely used any brushes either, so wow. Wow. And this Skkn is Skkn. You guys don't have to watch my review before this. After this one, review the new HD Skin Glow by Makeup Forever. It's really beautiful. Wow, that's stunning. That's really beautiful. Okay, guys, well, let me go off. Let me finish doing the other eye with the lashes and everything, and we will come back and we will do the lips with the lip liner and see what we think about this whole Skin by Kim thing. So this is what the look looks like. I think I made the lashes I got a little bit too big of lashes. This is the Muses by Lash Couture, and I think it's the lash, I forgot which lash style it is. But they're a little bit bigger, but I mean, but it turned out really beautiful. It's still a beautiful look overall. It looks really pretty. I love how it turned out. You guys will have to let me know down below what you think. But we finished up the complexion, did a little bit. So we do have on the Kim liner. So this is the number 12 liner filled in without anything over top of it. So a few thoughts about the liner. I mean, it does go on creamy. I think you go through it really quickly, especially if you're going to fill in the line or if you're just going to add a little bit just around the edges. I'm not really sure about this color though. I wish I would have gotten, I think it was like either shade 15 or 16, but this one is a little bit more, it's a little bit more of that muddy brown color. Which I don't mind it because you guys know I love a beautiful brown, a really nude kind of brown color to it. But I mean, but I like it. It's not bad. It's not my favorite color. This is actually not my favorite liner either. I haven't wore it all day long, so I don't know if it wears well. To me, it seems like it kind of slips and slides a little bit, so I'm not really sure about this liner or not, but I did pull out my Anastasia lip gloss and Goldie. I'm going to do a little bit of Goldie. I'm going to take a little bit of it over top of it just to give a little something over it. So it doesn't look so, you know, that color. I just wanted you guys to see what it looked like. But it's a really beautiful, I mean, with the gloss over it, it looks a lot better than it does on its own. I will say that. But it does look really pretty, though. I just did a very 90s kind of a lip, kind of a feel. I get that kind of a vibe when I see this kind of a palette anywhere, or this kind of a shadow or whatever, too. But overall, I have to say, so let's back up just a second. So, first of all, the shipping was okay. The box and stuff that came in with the shipping, as far as the outer carton and stuff, was terrible. I felt like the presentation was bad. I didn't think the presentation was great. The samples are terrible. I just didn't think that that was a really good job with what the company did. I don't think they did a good job with that. The outer packaging of the actual palette is very cheap. It's not the $50 price point that it should be. I feel like for $50, it should be in something more like a hard plastic or something shiny, or maybe more of a matte like a Natasha Denona or something like that if she's going to make it 50. The pan size is very small. I feel like they're not that big at all. However, though, if you're going to go in and you're looking at the actual quality of the palette, the quality is there. It is a beautiful formulation. It goes on really smooth, super creamy, super blendable, super matte. It gives a beautiful look. The payoff is super quick. Not a lot of fallout in any of it. It looked like when it was going to get kicked back in the pan, but then when you put it on the eye, I didn't get any fallout underneath, even with the really dark shades. I didn't use the black, but I did use these. So I used most of the all in the palette except for this shade here and this shade here. I didn't really use it much, but most of the rest of the palette I used. So it's a beautiful warm palette with maybe one or two kicks of some coolness in it, but for the most part, it's a warm palette. If you're not a warm palette person and you don't like warm colors, you're not gonna like this palette. If you don't like the Makeup by Mario palette, or if you have that one, I would skip on this one. I definitely wouldn't pick this one up. Or if you have a palette similar to this in matte or whatever, and you really like that, I mean, just stick with what you have. It's not something you've got to go out and buy. But if you're in the market for a matte palette, and you are looking for something, I will leave a whatever I can find with the link. I'm not affiliated with Kim. I don't have anything with any links affiliated with her. I don't have any codes or anything for you guys. If you do sign up on her website, you do save 10%. You can on your purchase as far as that goes. But I don't have anything for you to save any money on it. So if you are interested in it, I will leave just a link down there for you guys just to click on to go check it out. If you want to go over her site and look around. But I mean, but it is a good palette. It is really beautiful. I can't say anything about the actual packaging. I just wish the pans were bigger. I wish the palette was bigger. I wish she had a little bit more variety in the palette. For $50, I think she should have done more than 12 shades. That's just my 2 cents. I think that the packaging should be a little bit more, not cardboard. I never tried her KKW, was that the name of her last brand? I didn't get to try any of those, the lip liners, the lipstick. I played with them in store when they were at Ulta, but I never really bought anything, so I can't really compare it to the old. So I really don't know anything about how they were in the last formulation, but I know that there were some people that really loved her older line. If you did, you may really still enjoy this one. I just think, of course, she's marked it up a lot more because now it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just because she's Kim Kardashian. But anyway, but it is a good palette. I just don't think for the price point for the $50, if you can save some money on her shit, the 20% or something, it may be worth it then if you get a discount or something on it. But, I mean, but other than that, I really wouldn't say you got to run out and get it. As far as the lip liner goes, I mean, maybe if I got another color or so in this one, I don't know how the older formula was. Everybody said the older lip liners were fantastic. I didn't get to try those, so I don't really know. But these so far are not really impressing me. I would definitely tell you to go out and maybe do a Charlotte Tilbury or do a Pat McGrath or, Natasha Denona or one of those instead. I mean, the Christian Audette lip liners I love. I mean, there's just so many lip liners. Even Maybelline, I feel like, have really good ones. NYX has beautiful lip liners. I mean, I just feel like it's just very 50. I think it's 18 or $20 for this lip liner. So it's just not worth the price point, I think, for the lip liner. The palette, because of the quality, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of on the fence for it. I just really don't think you still need to spend $50 on an all matte palette when I'm sure it doesn't cost a lot of money to make it. So, I mean, I don't know. You guys will have to make your decision on your own. But the overall look and how it did come out was a really beautiful, I felt like I'm feeling a little bit of a 90s vibe, but it's really beautiful. It looks really good. Can't complain about it. Can't complain about the look at all. So anyway, let me know what your thoughts are down below, guys. Please let me know what you guys are, think down below. Also, I just want to throw this out there too. If you guys are having any problems with coming unsubscribed to my channel, or maybe your comments are not being, if I'm not sending you anything back, because usually I try to answer all my comments. So please, if you are on my Instagram, or my email is down below in my description box, please send me an email, or, let me know if you're not getting any response at all, because sometimes YouTube goes in and does things and unsubscribes people and or doesn't do a comment or whatever. Sometimes I do turn on the strict comment section. But I'm going to try not to do that, but I just try to get some trolls not into the comments, but I'm going to try not to do that. But just keep that in mind. If I don't respond to something because I've had a couple people that have had problems where they'll send me a comment, I don't see it, I don't know that you sent me one, yada yada yada. So just keep that in mind. But I'm on Instagram, and I have the email down below. If you don't have Instagram, please send me and just let me know so I can kind of maybe, I don't know if I can do anything, but I can try to look and see. But anyway, with that said, guys, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you have not, I would love to have you as part of my little family, because why would you not want to with this face? This gorgeous, fabulous, flawless face. Why would you not want to subscribe to my channel? Why would you not want to give this video a thumbs up? Why? Tell me why. Tell me why. And also, you guys, if this is Valentine's Day, have a happy Valentine's Day, or I hope you had a great Valentine's Day. Love you so much. Personally, from my heart to yours, hope your day was wonderful. Be safe, be strong, be proud, stand tall. Love yourself. And remember, tell somebody that you love them today, because life is way too short. Also, remember to be kind to somebody, because kindness can go off a long way. Have yourself a good rest of your day, and we will see you again in the next episode. Bye.